As the Philadelphia Phillies look to pick themselves off the mat and rebuild into the championship contenders they desire to be, it may be time to do some star hunting. Me and Luke are going to break down in this video how the Phillies are already being linked to Yankees star Juan Soto, who will be the apple of just about everyone's eyes in the MLB world this offseason. But we want to talk about the realistic chance that he could be coming to Philadelphia, the connections that he already has with this team, and money talks, and John Middleton is willing to walk. So we're going to break everything down. I want to jump right into it and talk about some of the takeaways that did pop up in the Matt Gelb article. A couple spark notes from Philly Nation here that it starts out with saying that the Phillies are going to be making changes, perhaps drastic ones, with the core of Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, Zack Wheeler, Kyle Schwarber, and Aaron Nola staying the same. Payroll will not have any restrictions this offseason, and continues on to say that they will be in on Juan Soto, and the Kevin Long, Harper, Trey, Schwarber, and Howie Kendrick replacement might play a factor, but in both New York teams seem to be the favorites as of now. If they miss out on Soto, they definitely will be adding a legit veteran outfield bat still, with Hayes likely non-tendered. And continues to say that Marsh, Rojas, Bohm, and Casty could all be floated in trade discussions. Bohm, it all depends on Miller, who they are extremely high on but will likely be a year away. Casty very unlikely since he's more valuable on the Phillies than in a trade. And Marsh and Rojas strong candidates to be moved, with Marsh's market being pretty strong. But I want to start right there with the main point here with Juan Soto. Luke, is this a possibility, and how much of a difference maker is this for this Phillies team?
Yeah, I mean, this dude's easily a top 5 player in the league. He's just freaking gross. This is one of the guys where you can look at their career stats and just nerd out about it. So as far as OPS plus, that's kind of the one where I really want to hit on here.
Okay.
A 100 OPS plus is league average. That is just how the stat works. And then obviously if you're over it, then you're above league average. You're under it, blah, blah, blah. Juan Soto, since 2018, 142, 142, 217, 175,
wow,
147, 155, and 178.
Pretty good.
I mean, the dude just hits the piss out of the ball. It's absolutely absurd. And he doesn't play star defense, but he plays a good enough defense that it really does not matter. The dude's an absolute superstar. I mean, with that, he stays healthy. He played 162 games for the Padres in 2023. He played 157 this year for the Yankees. He just stays healthy. He walks like nobody else in the league. He gets on base. He had a .419 on base percentage this year that ended up leading to a .989 OPS, 41 homers, 109 RBIs. I mean, just look at these stats. It's freaking absurd. And one of the biggest things where I think the Phillies will have an advantage here is that they have guys that have been linked to him. He played a year with Harper. He played with Trey. He played with Schwarber. He had Kevin Long as his hitting coach. There are a lot of links here. And I'm not saying the Phillies are the favorite, because they're not. I think the favorite is for him probably to just go back to the Yankees or potentially the Mets. But I think the Phillies are going to be in on this guy for sure.
All right, I love to hear that. That is exciting news there, and I am in agreement with you that the Nationals have kind of become a farm system to some of the bigger programs. We've seen this, but it is not just Bryce and Trey that we've seen in all these pictures. It's Juan Soto standing right next to them, and you kind of brushed on the Kevin Long point here. With Kevin Long here, he's obviously a guy that I think everyone in Philadelphia has their pitchforks out and is ready to chase out the town at this current moment. But talk to me a little bit about the relationship between Kevin Long and Juan Soto and why this could be a factor in the Phillies' favor here.
Yeah, so that is going to be one of the big difference makers, I think. As far as Kevin Long, listen, if you don't get Juan Soto, I wouldn't love Kevin Long to come back. I think it's time to move on. I think while they've had some pretty good years at the plate, every year they've lost has been because of their approach at the plate. That's really what it is. How much does a hitting coach matter when the guys just aren't doing it? I don't know. But it comes to some point where somebody has to be the scapegoat.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be Bryce. It's not going to be Trey. It's not going to be Schwarber. And it's not going to be Castellanos. That's really the bottom line. Where I'm at here with the Long Soto thing is that they worked together for 4 years. He was Juan Soto's hitting coach from 2018 all the way until 2021. All 4 years, that Juan Soto spent in Washington, the full 4 years that he spent there, arguably were his 4 best years, other than probably this year and last year. I mean, from 18, he had 142 OPS plus. 2020, he finished fifth in the MVP race with an OPS of 1.185 in 1 year. Like, that is just absurd stuff. He had a 695 slugging percentage. Sean, I have a wild stat for you that I'm going to throw out here.
Hit me.
If I told you, what has Juan Soto done more in his career, walked or struck out? What would your answer be?
Is it walk?
It's walked.
Wow.
By
That's
a
crazy.
lot.
Wow.
He has 696 career strikeouts, and he has 769 career walks.
Wow.
Almost 100 difference. The dude just finds a way on base every time because pitchers don't want to pitch to him. That's the bottom line. Pitchers don't want to pitch to him. If he came into this lineup, he would slot right into the 2-hole, and you would have Juan Soto, Bryce Harper hitting back to back. I mean, it would be an absolute dream. And that's where I think the Phillies are at, and they've proven that they have an owner that's willing to spend the money. Is he willing to spend a price tag that's probably going to get up towards the Shohei contract? We're going to find out. Juan Soto's not going to make anything less than $550 million. I will tell you that right now.
Wow.
That contract is going to be over 5, and it's going to be a hefty one. Obviously, depending on the years. But if you're going for a 10-year deal here, that's probably what his camp is going to want. I think this whole Juan Soto now going, between the teams while he's young, I think that's done. I think his camp and Juan Soto, they want to find a home for him for the rest of his career. And whatever team does that, it's going to be a really, really hefty price tag. But the thing with it is, it's okay to do that because the dude is 25 years old. And by time opening day is here next year, he's going to be 26 years old. Yeah, the Phillies' youngest everyday player, currently Bryson Stott, just turned 27. Juan Soto is currently still 25. He would be your daycare. There you go, right there.
Yeah.
If you guys still want to leave this whole daycare thing around, it ain't Bohmstad or Marsh anymore. It's freaking Juan Soto.
The man-child.
Yeah, the literal man-child. This dude is just an animal. I would genuinely, and I don't say this about many players in the league because not many players deserve it, I would give him whatever he wants.
Wow.
I'm not joking. I would give him whatever amount of money he wants.
Wow. Well, a couple thoughts here. For starters, man, I should have focused on getting good at baseball, man. 'Cause these numbers are
Literally,
absurd.
this money in baseball is just ridiculous.
But in all seriousness, one of the videos that we just previously recorded was kind of my rant about Trey Turner not being that guy, not being like a foundation superstar piece that is being paid to be that level, a $300 million guy. We're not talking $300 million guy. We're talking $550 million guy, at least with Juan Soto here. Luke, you're telling me with certainty that this would be the guy, the co-star to Bryce Harper, a face of the franchise-like player if the signing is made?
Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily he would be the top. It's going to be one of those 1A, 1B.
Okay.
It's one of the Yankees situations right now. I think Aaron Judge is the top, but Juan Soto's just as good of a baseball player.
Okay.
It's as far as all around game. It's just, honest to God, if the Phillies signed Juan Soto's probably the best player on the team.
Wow. Okay.
That is how good this kid is. And I love Bryce, and he's one of the best postseason hitters ever. But Juan Soto's all-around game is probably better than Bryce's. This dude is an animal, and I think that is a respect thing to Bryce because we all know how good Bryce is.
Yeah.
But it's also a respect thing to Soto because I don't think people understand how good of a baseball player he is. And that's why I'm going to sit here and tell you that 27 other teams are probably going to be in on him other than probably the Athletics. Probably the only team that won't at least check in.
White Sox, maybe not.
White Sox, maybe not.
Yeah.
Marlins, maybe not. But there will be at least 20 teams that will definitely check in on Juan Soto, which just proves just how awesome of a baseball player he is.
So I guess we will now truly find out if John Middleton wants to walk the walk as much as he says he does. If he wants his trophy back, You got to
Go
pay
get
and
Juan
make sure.
Soto.
Go get Juan Soto.
Go
So
get Juan
I
Soto.
expect there to be a lot. Obviously, the Yankees still playing in the postseason at the time of us recording this, so still plenty to go down and see how the twists and turns of this offseason. But that is a name that I don't expect to die down. I think this could be a common theme for us here on Phillies Digest and for the Phillies as a whole, that you're going to have to break out the whole recruiting trip here. Bring back the boys. Bring Turner and Bryce Harper to that table as you make your pitch there. Those are the things that should be going down. But I think it is very exciting and a good sign that there is already this interest being shown. And it's clear that the Phillies are taking this offseason as serious as they need to, because there was some concern in the back of my mind that they would try and Band-Aid fix this, run it back next year with the same crew. It does not seem like that is the game plan at all.
No, there's going to be some decisions. Some role players are going to be gone. I don't really think much of your top stars are going to leave. I think all those guys are really sort of here to stay, because what we've seen is frustrating, but it's still one of the best cores in baseball.
Yeah.
And it just comes down to how you build around them. Baseball is an all-around sport. You need 9 good starters to win. It's like you can't just have duds in there. So if they build around this lineup and they build around this core, I think they have a really good chance. And man, if that could start with Juan Soto, it just puts you in such a good spot.
Yeah, absolutely there. So we will keep you guys posted as more information comes in here. Cannot wait to hopefully see this become a reality, and I do hope that the Phillies are right in this mix from start to finish. I want the full red carpet laid out, the full-scale recruitment pitch, everything thrown his direction. It's time to get serious and win a World Series, and that means spend a lot of money. So Juan Soto, best on the market, go get it done. Ultimately, we'll see how things shake out from here, but appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning into this video. Make sure you smash that subscribe button if you have not already. Drop a like and any comments you have below. It's going to be an eventful offseason right here in Phillies land, but we're going to be here start to finish, me and Luke Arcaini here. So hopefully you guys are rocking with us, and we talk with you next time right here on Phillies Digest. Peace.